and welcome back to Uncut and Unedited. All right, guys. So I know it says the champ's here. He's not here, guys. He's not here. He's taking another vacation day, 3 weeks in a row. I don't know why y'all like him as the champ. He ain't even here. He ain't gonna be here. Huh? Like someone hijacking my stuff? Oh, you are here.
Your champ is in the house.
Oh, you are back.
I am back. And
Fired my intern.
you've been kind of running your mouth these last few weeks while I've been gone. Big mouth when the man's not around to say it to his face. And, I was enjoying my vacation living large, and I decided to cut it short to come back and, put you back in check, right where you belong. Right on the old checkbox.
Got it. Have you been keeping up at least?
I'm the champ. They have to keep up with me.
Oh, okay. Oh, you me. All right, guys. It's the weekly roundup. The weekly time in wrestling.
Yes. End of the week roundup here. Champ is back. The champ is here.
Champ's here.
So let's do this.
Okay, so I don't got anything from AEW this week, guys. I don't know, Champ. You wanna take a few minutes and talk about the Matt Hardy thing? Him bouncing his head off the concrete and still being able to continue.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly. I mean, going from that height, any height, really bashing your head on concrete, it ain't soft. But that shows, one, a testament to Matt Hardy that, he's still as crazy as ever, and the fact that he sustained that type of injury, that type of accident, and still managed to finish the match really says a lot about just him in general as a performer, as a person, doing it for the business still, not for his own personal well-being, obviously. Secondly, maybe the ref should have stopped it, but
Stop it.
But the inner attitude era fan of me was just like,
fair enough. All right, guys. So let's get into this quick week of wrestling. So as we saw, I didn't talk about it last week because I didn't know about it until Talking Smack came out Saturday. And now it's been official. Mandy Rose is moving from the blue brand to the red brand.
yes.
I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm talking.
I'm the champ. I can take over the convo whenever I want.
Go ahead, champ.
I just feel like they're ruining a great thing with Otis and Mandy. But if they can keep it going somehow across the two brands, that would be pretty talented on their part, especially on the part of Otis, a.k.a. your spirit animal, and Mandy Rose. So I think just for filling roster spots and things of that nature. But if they can keep that love story between them going, I will be very happy.
Yeah, I would be very happy. I don't know how she fits into the Raw roster. I don't know, because the Raw roster is kind of weak in itself. Is she going to be pushed up the ladder? I don't know. We have to really see. We'll have to see what kind of storyline she gets given. But also in the same content, we also had another trade happen, and we didn't know about it until Raw. And we have the monster among men moving what is looking to like he's moving brands to the Raw brand. He showed up on Underground, just beating the hell out of guys, just being a dominant force.
Yeah, I think that's a good move. Braun switching brands, because with fucking porcelain veneer god on SmackDown now, aka Roman Reigns, aka will never be The Rock. It's just you have too much in the heavyweight category for contentions in SmackDown, in my opinion. If you kept Braun Strowman there, I mean, obviously the Fiend is always going to be that, Universal title contender. So is, Porcelain Bucktooth McGee, and then, and then you have like AJ Styles, who could easily jump into that class and category. So, and then you go to Raw, and you got Drew McIntyre as your champion. Fantastic, yes. You have Randy Orton over there, who he's always in the heavyweight title, but he's kind of he's that elevated status now where he's almost above the title. Like having a match against Randy Orton, in my opinion, now is almost like above having a heavyweight title match because of just his legacy in the company. Kind of like facing The Undertaker at WrestleMania, that is well above having the championship match in anyone's eyes. So I think putting him over there on Raw really makes it a nice blend, and you have a little bit of a better competition, especially with our boy, the Monday Night Messiah, Mr. Seth Rollins, about to become Mr. Big Daddy here, probably going to be away for a while.
Yeah, I agree. It makes sense to put him over there just to get him over there, so we can shut up about him being on SmackDown and him not getting a fair shot. It makes more sense for him to be on Raw. It works out. He can play his more monster character better on that brand. And then moving on to the night of Raw, we have Keith Lee coming out, and he was gonna go ahead and have one-on-one with Drew later on that night. Okay, cool. Drew's got a broken freaking jaw, and he's gonna compete. Storyline, but interesting. It was a really entertaining match until good old Retribution came out.
Yeah.
I feel like I need more Retribution to kind of make it more special in a way. Because I don't think we're getting enough of it. And there's a lot of people who are just tired of it. Everywhere I go to Wrestle Talk. I go to Woke Culture. I go to Cultaholics. I go to The Elitist. I go to all these different places, and everyone's bagging on him. I think it's going to be something really good, but as fans, we're kind of like, we're too snarky in a way that it's like, we already know who they are, just reveal them so we can have the new faces. It's like, how about you enjoy the ride?
Yeah, exactly. Don't stare ahead finish line. Enjoy the ride. They say what's the saying as far as traveling goes? It's not the destination, it's the journey.
That's right.
Right. So, and I think they should amp up Retribution's presence a little bit more, as opposed to just having them come in on like the biggest match of the night or whatever the case may be and spoiling it. Have them do little things throughout the show and start increasing it and elevating it, and eventually they just ruin a whole show. And then you have them, start putting them on pay-per-view.
Almost like the Nexus. Like that's how the Nexus should be the golden way of how they should have done it. They didn't do it that way, but that's how they should be, to where there are constant nooses every night.
Yeah. I think once Retribution starts wrecking on pay-per-views, then we'll eventually see who they are sooner. Once they start hitting pay-per-views, that's when they're going to reveal who they actually are.
Yeah, and don't be – I know eventually, their hoods are going to come off. We're going to see who they are. Don't be all at one time. Make it be like, oh, wait a minute, who – I think we know who that one is. Like, everyone's talking about how The Miz is a part of Retribution, and it's Mia Yang, and it's this person, and it's that person. Do you know how, like – but we're not 100% sure. Is it that person? Is it this person? Is it somebody else? Is it someone from outside of the company? Is it from someone from NXT?
Yeah.
Don't know.
And
Enjoy the time we have right now, and then later down the line be like, you know what, that was actually a pretty fun angle.
Yeah, and don't let me down like right back to Pyro. That's all I'm saying.
It's okay, buddy. I know you still cry about it, don't you? Okay, so and then we also had Selena Vega kind of breaking up her group and going on her own and just going up to Asuka and be like, uh-huh, yeah, I'm challenging for the title. I'm top, you know what now?
Um, all I have to say about that is she needs to stay a manager and not try and wrestle like Summer Rae did.
Yeah, but the thing is that Selena can actually go in the ring. Summer Rae couldn't.
Yeah, but yeah, with her personality, I just keep her as a group manager. Have her get involved here and there. Maybe throw her in a mixed tag match every once in a while, but don't make her singles contender. Don't bring that pain upon us, please.
I want to laugh. She has a great match this week against Asuka, and she makes you eat your words.
Hey, I mean, if she does, congrats. But until that point, stay manager.
Okay, and then we also had, talking about Asuka, we had Asuka versus Mickie James this week, and probably the biggest botch of the year. Can I get the botch bell, please? Oh, that's right. I don't put anything. I don't edit anything in these. Damn. But we had probably the biggest botch of the year with I don't even know who the ref is, but just botching it. Just he thought Mickie James had actually hurt herself. No, she just sold the Asuka lock really good, and she tapped. She thought she was hurt, but she wasn't hurt. She was just that good at selling.
Hey, really quick.
What?
I think I have our botch horn.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, good. Botch horn.
Yeah, that was a big botch. And it was just too funny because like I see the memes on Instagram, and I'm still, and it's Mickie James in the crucifix almost, just like, what are you talking about? I lost.
Yeah, makes you wonder, was she supposed to win?
Ooh.
We'll never know. It's like how many licks to get inside of Tootsie Pop. You'll never know. Never know.
It takes two. 1, 2, and then you bite into it.
No one will ever know how many licks it actually takes.
And then we also had, I can't forget this because it was a really, really good match in my personal opinion. Dominic versus Seth and a steel cage. Now, I know what everyone's thinking. These are like the 5th time they've wrestled each other in like 6 weeks. You're right. But you know what? Dominic Mysterio has done well. The kid can go. And put him into a steel cage match, just put that little extra into it. And then he also had the whole family out there as well. You had Ray, and it looks like it's an elbow injury he suffered from, or shoulder. I don't know exactly. And then you got Mama, and you got I hope I don't butcher this. Aaliyah is her name, and they were watching the match. Of course, Dominic does not win this match. He gets stirved. Wow, I cannot talk. He gets stomped into the ring, and that happens. After the match, Seth goes out of the ring, beats up on Buddy Murphy, and we have a little flirtatious vibe going on with Miss Alea Mysterio and Mr. Buddy Murphy. How do you feel about that?
Well, first, I'm going to say this as far as Dominic Mysterio goes. Yes, he has been doing a fantastic job in his matches. Yes, they have all been against Seth Rollins, which is going to lead me to say this. He has had only his matches with Seth Rollins and his father, right? Father, legend in the game, right? Can do no wrong. He rarely misses a beat, ever. He will never hear the botch horn in a Rey Mysterio match, ever. And Seth Rollins he's the guy in the company right now. He's the best worker in the company, and anyone he's in the ring with automatically just looks better. Now, with that being said, I think Dominic needs to get put into NXT and cut his teeth like everyone else. Because if they don't, everyone will always say he got here this far because of his dad, because of who his dad is, And I mean, look at Charlotte Flair. She cut her teeth in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And by far the best female performer, So It's just, do this thing and then put him in NXT for a while. It's not like you're making him disappear by putting him in NXT anymore, because now they have NXT on Wednesday nights.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually recognized as a third brand now, not the developmental anymore. So put him into NXT, let him cut his teeth there, or take him away from his family and let him cut his teeth on his own on Raw, if you want to keep him there. Now, as far as Mr. Buddy Murphy and Dominic's sister there, that could play for a lot of interesting stories. I mean, it could be, Buddy Murphy could end up joining on Mysterio's side. Dominic's sister could join Buddy Murphy's side, and that you have inner family turmoil, ratings, drama.
He brought a white boy to family dinner. You know how that is.
Mm-hmm. No, exactly.
I think that was pretty much it. I think we hit all the high points from Monday night. I didn't really see anything else.
Oh, well, we got to talk about first both Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre jumping over the top ropes.
Oh, yeah.
To the outside floor. Well, and the Hurt Business deciding to square up with Retribution. God, I hate the Hurt Business.
The Hurt Business doing business, and the business is good.
Business is good right now.
Business is very good. So I've seen Drew do the over-the-top jump before. I don't think I've ever seen Keith do it. And to see a man of his – I'm sorry. If I'm the dude outside the ring who has to catch Keith Lee, I'm thinking to myself, man, did I make the right life decision in life?
Or you're wondering, who did I piss off on the writing staff to deserve this?
Mm-hmm. Because that's a big boy coming at you, and he's coming in hard. And and sorry, I'll let you get your thought out. I want to go over to the Hurt Business real quick. Is the Hurt Business is it a heel faction? Is it a face faction? Because they came out and went head to head with probably the heels of the show, Retribution, and we're like, no, we're going to come at you. So it's not a heel thing that they did. So I'm kind of not like where they sit at. Is it just a one-off kind of weak thing?
I think in the case of the Hurt Business, it's more so of the enemy of my enemy type deal. So if Retribution is obviously the enemy of Raw in the whole show, and the Hurt Business is on that show, and obviously they're the heel faction of the show, they're gonna, obviously the enemy of my enemy is my friend, so they're gonna be, or the enemy of my enemy is whatever they say. So I think it's more of in that case, and then they're gonna square up with Retribution, everyone, Hurt Business, and they'll be going back to being the heel. They'll still be the heel faction, but when the Hurt Business comes around, they'll step up to the plate and help out.
Okay. I just thought it was interesting. I didn't think about it until just now, kind of sitting here like, wait a minute, that wasn't kind of a heel thing they did. If anything, that was more of a face thing they did. But yeah, no, you're kind of right. Like the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think we covered everything on Monday night. Yeah, I think I got everything. All right, so we move into Raw. We move out of Raw into SmackDown. Now, SmackDown to me has been the better show consistently, probably for the last handful of weeks, and especially with the heel turn from Bayley. But I want to start off with probably the most entertaining segment on SmackDown right now that no one is really giving credit about, and that is Miz and Morrison versus Otis, and them stealing his contract, but they're not really stealing his contract in his lunchbox, but his lunchbox is in the briefcase, which is in the lunchbox, and it's just funny. But now we have Miz and Morrison shipping off Mandy. Otis is pissed. He came out and beat the crap out of both of them and beat the crap out of Miz so bad he left in the draws.
Yeah.
And his tidy whities.
Yeah, no, he beat the Miz up like it was his job. You know, he made him cry and pee. It's just, you know, I think it's great. I think Otis is probably one of the most entertaining people ever. Just his personality, his charisma, and you know the fact that he too is a big man who can do a handful of athletic things. Like, I mean, being able to, you know, do the worm. That is a man of. I mean, anyone being able to. What's that?
It's the caterpillar.
Yeah, we know he learned it from Scotty 2 Hotty. It'll forever be the worm in my book. I think Otis is the most entertaining guy in the show. He's got the skills on the in-ring. I feel bad for his tag team partner from Heavy Machinery, but you know, I think Otis will have a very, very good future as a singles competitor. Very
much so. I agree with you. You know, as we talked about earlier with Mandy going over to Raw, maybe Heavy Machinery goes over to Raw. And revamps their stuff against the Profits.
Maybe.
But that's face versus, I don't know. But it's very interesting. But, okay, so that whole thing is, and then later on in the show, probably about halfway through it or so, Otis gets served. Not a steak dinner, but he gets served some legal paperwork from Miz and Morrison. Basically just saying, you know, terrible work environment, harassing, damaging property, stuff like that. Legal mumbo jumbo stuff. And the thing is that if he does not turn over his Money in the Bank contract to them, they're going to sue him. I find this, how do I say it, kind of a lame way to go, but also very smart by like the creative kind of way, because like, ooh, is it real? Is it fake? What is it? I don't know. I find it kind of interesting still.
Yeah, I think with the whole lawsuit thing, it's kind of like a revamping a little twist on like the old Vince McMahon corporate heel, you know, because with the corporate, you know, you can kind of, you know, you go through a little bit more of those loopholes being that type of heel. So, but obviously with the Miz and Morrison, it wouldn't be like corporate heel, it'd be more like the Hollywood, you know, superstar heel, where he's, you know, I'm going to do this to get what I want. I can buy, I can pay, I can do whatever I need to do to get what I want.
Like the elite status.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I get you. I think it's going to be quite interesting, and I would love to see if they go this far as to like go into court, how Otis shows up to court.
Oh God, it's going to be a sleeveless suit, and it better be Judge Judy behind that freaking desk.
Can you just imagine? It's just the collar with like a bow tie or some kind of a tie and just cufflinks.
And jeans.
Yeah. And he's going to do the Chippendales dance. Like he's
Chris Farley.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Okay, so let's move on to the night. We have the women going head-to-head. So last week, Nikki Cross wins to become the number one contender for Bayley's SmackDown Women's Championship at Clash of Champions. Now, as we remember last week, she got Sister Abigail by her best friend, Alexa Bliss, on the outside. After saying the Fiend, she snaps, hits her with the Sister Abigail, and just moseys on out.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight, we have Nikki Cross versus Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans gets thrown out, listens to some commentary, says, what are you going to do? Call your Fiend? She snaps again, hits Sister Abigail, and I might say, hits it cleanly, and then walks away. It's very interesting to me that she's almost being mind controlled.
Yeah, it's almost like, you know, that old, like, Russian sleeper soldier, you know, someone says, you know, double turnover Sunday, and, you know, that's the, you know, or, you know, give me a Red Bull. Oh, God, now he's, you know, turned. But I also think that it could be that reasoning right there could also be her cheap excuse employed to not be targeted and say it's not my fault when she's intentionally doing it. And then we'll find out that, you know, with the big picture when that comes out later. So it could be either or, but I like it.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting to see where they go with it. I know we're only like 2 weeks in, or technically 3 weeks in, to her kind of doing these weird things now, but it brings another even layer to Alexa Bliss's character. She was the kind of cosplay girl who was really fun. Then she was the goddess, and then she kind of like was kind of lost there for a minute. Now it seems like they're revamping her to kind of take off again. It'd be really interesting to see what kind of happens. Okay, so then we have a promo from the Performance Center. Sasha's there with her neck brace on. This is my ability to have a neck brace because I don't have a neck. But she has her neck brace on. She's telling Michael Cole, I can't believe it. We're best friends. Everything's, I did everything, blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden you hear, crack. She gets hit in the back by Bayley with a chair. Gets beat up. She's going to do the chair thing again where she puts it over the neck. And she's going to stomp on it, but it got stopped. So I'm just like, whoa. She got attacked again. Good. It's good heat for Bayley. I don't know when that match is going to happen, but it's going to be nuts.
Yeah. I'll just touch on it briefly here. One, Vince, listen. I know you're listening to us. That's why you switched this whole story angle with Sasha and Bayley. All right, Sasha should be the heel, and Bayley, a.k.a. Karen, should no longer be considered Karen with her soccer mom haircut, right? She's probably driving a fully loaded Honda Odyssey, okay?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's actually probably a Pacifica because they're really nice, kind of luxurious.
No. It's either a Honda Odyssey or a Toyota Sienna. It's one of those two. Okay. All right, Karens don't drive.
Oh, by the way, Toyota and Honda, you owe us some money for plugging your cars.
That's a good plug. Or in Kia Sedona, throwing that in there too. Shameless plug. Anyways, yeah, stop changing stuff up on us. You knew we were right, and you changed it last second. Quit tapping our stuff, and just let the people have what we say should have. Mm-hmm. And on that note, I think I would have liked the roles flipped, but I mean, whatever. Sasha's a good face as well, and I view Bayley as Karen now, so I hate her. So she's doing her job as a heel, which is fantastic.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll fantasy book this at the end of this, but I want to really get to the end of into Friday Night SmackDown real quick. We have the Samoan Street fight, and the match was okay. There's nothing special. We had a couple spots here and there, but at the end of the night, Jay hands Roman his title, and it's like, no, that's yours, big dog. Do your thing, and they hug it out. It was kind of like, what's going on here? And then Jay leaves the ring, and Roman just puts on his best Kobe Bryant Mamba face and was just like shaking and everything. Paul Heyman's like, bro, what's going on? Like, are you gonna beat up your cousin? What are you gonna do? Like, I don't know. It seemed like very out of place.
Yeah, the whole Roman Reigns versus was it Jimmy or Jay?
It's Jay.
Jay. Yeah, against Jay for the title. One that kind of struck me as odd, Jey Uso out of nowhere. But it's a whole inner family type deal. I can see it, them becoming a full-on faction with the whole Samoan family thing. I can see Roman Reigns ripping through Jay, and then he goes through Jimmy, and then he wrestles The Rock down the road just to try and clean house on the whole family. And, I've done a lot of thinking on this too. And hit me with your feedback on my thought here, because I really want to know.
Go ahead.
I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I don't think Roman Reigns actually got porcelain veneers. I think he actually stole the teeth of a horse.
Oh, God. Jesus.
Like, I'm pretty sure if you went up to him with a carrot or a sugar cube, he'd go up and be like,
Are you going to tell me that Roman Reigns stole Mr. Ed's teeth?
Yes. Why do you think he's gotten better on the microphone?
He hasn't gotten better. He says 6 words. And
he's gotten better. How many words did Mr. Ed say? About 6.
Oh my god. Oh, that's incredible. He called him a horse. Oh, 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 that's funny. That's actually pretty funny. Um, yeah, guys, that's SmackDown there. That's your week in wrestling. Like I said, we're gonna do real quick fantasy booking for Sasha and Bailey, just because this video is not long enough, and I want more content for you guys. So we have Sasha and Bailey right now, starting their feud. We're about 3 weeks into it from the initial attack. Where do you see this playing out? I'll go first in my thought process, and then you can go plug yourself away because you need a second to think after Roman Reigns hurts his teeth comment.
Yeah,
like you're a bad person.
You're gonna be watch at the end of this video. You're gonna randomly be thinking about it, and you're just gonna start laughing.
I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah, and you're already laughing.
The people are thinking to themselves, "What are these guys doing?" And we're just two wild and crazy guys.
Yeah.
But I think what's going to happen is that Bayley's going to go into Clash of Champions. She's going to retain the title, but she's not going to win, but she's going to retain the title because Sasha's going to come out and probably interrupt the match, beat her up, music, something like that of that nature is going to happen. And then we go into Hell in a Cell. That will be the first of a 5-match trilogy, kind of trilogy thing we're going to have with them. And what I mean by that is that they're going to go into Hell in a Cell, and Bayley is going to lose the first match. And she's going to get beat up, thrown around, and she's going to lose her title to Sasha at Hell in a Cell. And then we go to Survivor Series. Now, Survivor Series, usually the champ is not facing anybody. This will be the exception to that rule, into where she's going to be facing Bayley, and then you're going to have I'm going to say it's probably going to be some type of like street fight, some type of match like that, or you know what? Actually, a no DQ match. I like a no DQ match better. Then Bayley will win. Actually, yeah, Bayley will win the title back, and then they're going to set up this big, because the thing is that Bayley's going to play off that you can never defend the championship. You've never been able to defend the championship ever, and that's how she's going to get into Sasha's head. Sasha's going to lose, and then Sasha's going to go on this not nasty streak, but the streak of just, I need to prove myself. And what's after Survivor Series? The Rumble?
No, it's I think it's Extreme Rules is in December, or is it TLC?
I think TLC. Yeah, because we just had Extreme Rules.
Yeah, so TLC, I think, it's normally in,
okay. So we're going to have a TLC match. And that's where we're going to kind of get the crescendo of everything happening. And they're just going to beat the holy crap at each other in a traditional ladder match. I'm going to call for a ladder match in that one. And they are going to steal the effing show. Now, with the reverse of what happened in Brooklyn, we all remember what happened in Brooklyn with the Iron Man match. Bayley came out and won that. It's going to be the reverse opposite. Sasha's going to come out and win this match. We're not going to have anything. Bayley's going to win the Rumble and go on to face Sasha, who's going to retain her title all the way until WrestleMania, and they're going to put on the Grand Eagle match of Grand Eagle matches. That's where the crescendo will end between the two of them and their feud.
Okay.
You want to take a stab at it there, champ?
That's a big story prediction there. Almost as big as Roman Reigns' teeth. But
God.
So I think Sasha's got the neck injury right now. Okay. I think you're gonna fight on the neck injury a little bit longer. At the coming pay-per-view Clash of Champions, I think that Sasha is going to come out, and she's still going to be with her neck brace and everything. She's going to come out. She's going to distract Bayley in some form. Bayley's going to lose at Clash of Champions. Okay. Now, Bayley's going to lose, and then because that match will probably be mid-show. You're going to go backstage. They're going to be talking to Sasha. Like, why'd you go out there? Yada, yada, yada. Blah, 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 blah. Bayley comes out, attacks Sasha, keeps the injury going. Bayley, a.k.a. Karen, decides to speak to the manager, gets her rematch at, what do we have after Clash of Champions here? Hell in a Cell. She's going to get a rematch in Hell in a Cell. And she's going to lose again in Hell in a Cell because of Sasha in some way or form. So Sasha's going to, do her dirty twice. Then we're going to get at Survivor Series, because there's a lot of good story. I think there'll be a non-title match between Sasha and Bayley, in which Sasha will win, okay? And then you have Karen there go on the baby heel, I mean like baby heel, like crybaby heel run, where it's not fair, this and this and this, blah, blah, I was cheated, this, and I should still be the champion, blah, 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 right? And then you kind of keep you keep that complaint running. They get into the Royal Rumble match. You have, one of them eliminate the other one, whoever it may be, doesn't matter. And then you keep it going. One of them, whoever doesn't win, because I'm not going to call is going to win the Royal Rumble, and just whoever wins, they go on to obviously WrestleMania. Whoever loses at some point in time should win the women's title beforehand.
Okay.
And then you get their title match at Clash of Champions, which I think it would be really good if Sasha won the Women's Royal Rumble and then Bayley wins the title and goes into WrestleMania as the champ. And then that way you have the cloak of Bayley's, I'm the champ, blah, 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 blah. And then Sasha goes, yeah, but when was the last time you've had to beat me? And then, the whole thing, Sasha wins at the old Royally Rumbly match. And then, Karen takes a little bit of a vacation while her hair grows back out.
Yeah. Hey, Vince, by the way, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys. So this was This Week in Wrestling. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked that the champ is back, leave a like.
Yes.
Everyone
is back, right? You're dwindling away by yourself in your little tiny box over there. You're just dwindling away without me. And I did you the favor by coming back this week. I come on vacation a week short for you. So.
Oh, how nice of you.
Yeah. Now, actually, right after this, I got to head back out on vacation because, still on vacation.
You going to your penthouse up in the hills?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right up in the hills, overlooking all the little trees, squirrels pitter-pattering around. I'm actually hanging out with Brock Lesnar up there this weekend. He's going to teach me how to kill a boar with my fist.
With your fist?
Yeah. And then we're going to beat deers with sticks. I'm going to hunt Brock Lesnar style. Might even give a bear an F5.
You mean a shark an F5?
Yes, out of the freshwater lake.
Out of the freshwater lake. Man, you were on vacation way too long.
I'm still on vacay, baby. Still on vacay.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much for coming in, enjoying the video. Leave a like, comment, please subscribe. We really enjoy putting out this content for you. Thank you very much. I hope you all having a great day. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next week.